To all who shall see these presents, greetings. Welcome back to Ruckdog Gaming and Captain of Industry. Second episode here. When we left off on episode 1, we had just gotten our initial iron production setup done, and we were working on getting our mining up and running and starting a new settlement because we built a beacon to attract new people to our colony. Now, we have a little bit of a problem at the moment. We have an overpopulation resulting in some homeless folks. And we have a negative unity score, so our amount of unity is slowly going down. What that means is I've got enough people for now, so I'm going to go ahead and pause my beacon. That will allow me to get rid of our -1. Of course, this will update at the end of the month here. But the -1 from having that beacon on will go away. And once that does, we will have a slightly better time with Unity. Now, it's still going to be negative because I still have to finish this new settlement here. And that means that I need to get some more construction parts. Now, one of the things that I realized last time was that I do not need this mining tower here for my dumping. So we're going to go ahead and deconstruct that. It'll allow us to use the construction parts that were tied up with that tower for something else. And we are going to get rid of this because this is actually a mining designation, not a dumping designation. And we're going to switch it over to a dumping designation and do the ramp properly so that we can actually get rid of some slag that's building up over our blast furnaces. Now that we are producing our iron via the blast furnace, that is creating lots of slag. And I'll show you that here as soon as I get done sort of building up my ramp back the way I like it here. Yeah, that should be pretty good. So what you're seeing now is you're seeing all of these dump trucks carrying over all of this slag and just piling it up here on the ground, which is what we want. Eventually they'll build a ramp. Yeah, so you see this recipe results in slag being produced, right? And that's a problem because over time, that can build up. And once it builds up too much, then it'll force my blast furnace to a halt, which means no iron gets produced, which means no construction parts get produced, which means my entire settlement grinds to a halt. Another thing I've figured out is that right now I am not actually completing any research because I have gone down to 0 unity. I have to have at least some unity in order to be able to do research. So that's also a problem. However, that immediate problem is going to get solved here pretty quickly once we are able to get our homeless situation taken care of. So that's sort of the big thing right now, getting our homeless population under control by building a new settlement. We can also start working ourselves some water. And go ahead and build a rainwater collector. We'll go ahead and put that up there with the farms. That should be fun. And once we've gotten some water and once we've gotten some unity back, thanks to our settlement, we should be able to complete our research here pretty quick. I'm going to go ahead and time accelerate this a little bit here, just because we have a lot of construction parts still to go. And we're basically sort of in a holding pattern until all these construction parts are able to complete. Looks like I'm running a little short on wood here, so I'm going to go ahead and take one of my trucks. I'm going to assign to tree harvesting. Go ahead and assign you to tree harvesting as well. Probably need to build some more trucks, I would have to guess. Yeah, why not? We'll build a few more trucks. Because honestly, trucks are necessary. Yeah, it looks like things are buzzing right along. Everybody's out there doing their things with these trucks. Dumping seems to be going good. We're not really getting much of a slag buildup. I can go ahead and deselect this scrap recipe because we're not doing any more scrapping. We're doing it all via iron ore. Yep, there we go. These construction parts are churning away now. Yeah, I'd have to say that the problem I had here early on is I was underestimating my demand for construction parts, I think. That is probably the biggest lesson learned here, because that's sort of bottlenecked. I really should have gotten the second assembly hall built faster. That's okay. Lesson learned. As soon as we're able to get these guys going and get some more of these parts over to our new settlement, we will be sort of back into the running here a bit. Everything seems like it's still humming right along. So far, no major transportation bottlenecks. No reason why I can't assign my other excavator here, maybe another truck, just to make sure. Yeah, because this is not getting iron ore that it needs. So yeah, we definitely need another iron ore truck to haul. Try and boost our iron production a little bit. I think I've got enough trucks for the moment, because I'm not showing any queuing for my trucks, so that's good. Yeah, sorry for the riveting gameplay here. We're just sort of waiting now to get our construction parts up to snuff. One or two more loads here from the assembly building, and we should be all set. Like everything is just humming along. Yep, all right. There we go. All right, so that is our third settlement, which means we should now be coming up on, finally, some positive unity. And there we go, positive unity. So now we can maybe start getting some research done again. Isn't that exciting? There we go, basic diesel fuel. All right, so let me pause this, open research here. So diesel fuel is done. Then got a couple of things to look here. These are both going to take a while. I'm going to go ahead and grab the loose material storage. That way we have a place to store some of this extra ore that we're mining, maybe some of the slag. Store it for later. And then next up will probably be copper smelting, just because I want to make sure that we have the ability to get to that resource, that copper resource. So in the meantime, we now have the ability to start looking at oil production. So the oil pump would have to go down here, it looks like. It will take some power, but that's okay because we have power to spare at the moment. Wastewater, exhaust, diesel. Okay, so my guess is we will need to connect this up to our oil pump. So that means pipes down in our transport section. Then we have a liquid dump. So I can't place it because it's not flat enough. Some part needs to be in the ocean. There we go. Okay. All right, so now back to transport. Transport for pipe. All right, so this need to connect there. And then finally, we need to look at some exhaust. Smokestack. Let's rotate that right around. Transports, pipe, and connect it. Okay, so that should be everything to get us some basic fuel going here. We'll go ahead and role play here. And play. Come on, make me some fuel. I'm going to go ahead and put this on priority status, as I think we really need to get ourselves producing some more construction parts, just based on how we're constantly running short of those. I think this is waiting on construction parts as well. Indeed it is. That's a fine slag pile there, gentlemen. A very fine slag pile. All right. Well, we were in a little bit of a crunch, a little bit of a bind there, but we seem to be digging our way out of it. I don't see any major hard stops so far. This is going to take a while to get all the construction parts we need to take care of this. So, but it should be coming up here pretty soon, especially since we should be lickety split on completing a second source of our assembly building here. And, you know, I think I've got enough workers available that I'm going to go ahead and put down another assembly building. Because I definitely feel like we're going to need it. But my big thing is right now I want to get the second one up and running as soon as possible. Yeah, so one more spin of the cycle here on the existing assembly building, and we should be up and running. And that will be great. All right, here we go. Okay, there we go. Assembly building number 2. Now it just needs its inputs, and here come all the trucks with all the goodies for those inputs. And we will be off to the races again. We really need to go harvest some more trees there. Tree harvesting is beginning to be a little bit of a challenge just because we're starting to gobble up all of the trees that were close in to our starting base. And I'm not quite sure if trees will end up being a renewable resource for us or not. So, okay, look at that. Loose material storage unlocked. Great. Let's go ahead and, as I was talking about before, I think we're going to need our copper smelting. So we'll go ahead and get that rolling. Now, one of the things that I haven't really thought too hard about yet is coal. Let's find out where we got some coal at. Ah, here we go. Okay. So this is showing that we need to dig down to find some coal. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get that working then. So we're going to need a mining tower. Yep. Mine control tower. All right. Probably just plop it down right there. Yep, that looks pretty good. And then we're going to need to build down, it looks like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 levels there to eventually get down. So Yeah. I should be able to. Yeah, here we go. So really what I'm doing right here is I'm trying to build a ramp down to where the coal is actually at. So all of this is basically going to be sort of like pre-digging a pit. More or less here. I'll have to adjust my mining area as appropriate. Maybe even build another mining tower. But this should, unless I am completely out to lunch here, which I might be, still kind of messing around with this a little bit here, but this should then set me up for a nice open pit of mining right here. And again, part of the reason why I want to go through this exercise here is, I feel like that's going to all be too deep. Let's go maybe for a little bit more of a modest goal here. Yeah. All right. We'll see what this does here. Hopefully that will start getting us some coal. Now, I suppose the path of least resistance would be to come over here, build a mine that's just going to dig up the surface stuff. And, you know, we might need to look into doing that. This might. How's our maintenance holding up here? How much am I producing a month? Seems like I'm doing okay. If I'm interpreting this correctly, I think we're doing okay. We're doing okay on food supply. We're doing okay on Unity. Actually got some water going. Not sure where that water is going per se, but okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, for now things are humming along. We are still pretty much just keeping up with our assembly parts requirements. So we're going to start thinking about copper smelting here pretty soon. So let's look and see where our copper is. That's right. Copper's all the way over here. Got it. Okay. So I have to figure out how to get copper. All right. Well, I also need some more excavators. So they're expensive, but I don't know if I really have any choice in the matter. I'll probably take one off of there, assign one there, and assign a truck here. And then I know that I'm going to need a mining tower for my copper. Water facility. Ew, I missed that. Okay. Probably want to build that soon. But in the meantime, let's focus in here a little bit and see about getting that mining tower built with copper. Yeah, okay. We'll get that going here. All right, here we go. Yep. Excavator is put in the truck. I'm gonna take it over to my ramp building site. So that's all good. Exciting stuff. Love it when the plan comes together. How are we doing over here? Okay, well, we've got our oil extraction. We got smokestack coming up. Yep. Wastewater coming up. Yep. Okay. We're actually building a little bit of a surplus of construction parts even. Wow, look at that. Well, we are actually not doing too bad then. So I'm going to go ahead and see about getting that water facility built. I'm not clear if I need to build one of these for each and every settlement. But I know I'm going to need to get rid of some wastewater regardless. And that means I'm going to need to connect some pipes. So here's my pipes. Huh, that's very interesting. There we go. Okay. That's not quite been on the right little spot there. Okay. Hey, look at that. We have our refinery up and running. And it needs coal as well. Diesel production. Okay, crude oil, basic distiller. Underground, yep, we got that. Waste products, yep. Okay, yeah, I think we knew all that stuff already, so I think we're okay. I think we're just still getting dirt, yeah. Hey, we have a new excavator. We're gonna go ahead and assign that over here for now. Because I think this guy is still waiting on parts, yeah. We'll have to shift an excavator that way once we actually get around to getting parts over there to build that guy. And we definitely need some more trucks. Because our queue lines are starting to really pile up. Good news is our food supply at least is still holding pretty steady. So we got that going for us. All right, I wonder about something. So I have fluid storage. And so I wonder if I can set this up to receive oil from, or not oil, but water from my collector, and then put it into this guy. Well, I guess we'll find out. My ever dwindling supply of trees here. Now I wonder if I include something like this. And I wonder if I would include something like that. Wonder if that would then start to get my coal moving a little faster, because they would take it straight from the surface. Meh, maybe not. Yeah, it's worth a try. But this is producing diesel. Excellent. So I'm getting some fuel production now. So I'm excited about that. I'm also starting to see my construction parts accumulating a little bit. Liquid dump has no recipe selected. Interesting. Brine water, sour water. Wow, all kinds of stuff. Okay, well. Interesting that you have to select a specific recipe for your water outlets. But now I know. Oh, look at this. Huh, all right. Okay, well, I'm going to assign you a truck and you an excavator. And I'm going to designate something about like that. All right, so let's go ahead and hit pause here real quick. We have our mining smelting all set up, so that's great. Select you for wastewater. So now we have to set up our copper production line. So let's take a look and see what we got here. Boop, 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 boop. Here we go. Blast furnace, metal caster. Okay. So construction number 2 is coming right up. And this will be good. Looks like we can get some new recipes for construction parts. Concrete, so we can start making concrete. That's great. And construction parts number 2. All right, so that's all good stuff. All good stuff. Let me go back out and see about trying to figure out my copper production. So, yeah, I just basically use the same type of blast furnaces and metal casters, it looks like. So we're basically going to try and replicate this just for copper this time. So here we go. I'm going to assume I won't need a coal maker. And then we're producing enough coal. Big if true, right? So there's one blast furnace. And here's 2 blast furnaces. Trying to figure out the best way to route the smoke stack pipelines. Probably backtrack it to there. And then metal casting. Yeah, metal caster. And there, so somewhere around down there should be good. All right, so I'm going to just put 1 metal caster on each of my blast furnaces that I'm going to use for copper, just for now, with the assumption that I'll eventually be upgrading them to have 2 casters. Okay, let's go ahead and hit play. All this stuff should be coming right up. Oh, and I will need to build some pipes here. Probably overly unnecessary to build a liquid storage tank here, but I sort of want to see it in action. So copper ore should be coming right up. Building a little bit of a stockpile of coal. Wonder if I maybe build this right here. They can put a bin that can store coal into that spot, and that might be a good thing. All right, well, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and select you for copper ore, you for copper ore. Select this for the impure copper recipe. Okay, so once all of that construction is done, we should be pretty much off to the races for our copper, I think. Yeah, that's got copper ore, so yeah, another truck, just it's so far away. Definitely a couple more trucks. How's our maintenance holding up? Looks like I'm going to need some more maintenance. So probably need to build another maintenance depot. I'm not entirely sure if it's important exactly where I build it, but we're going to put it right there. All right, Unity is shot up. Oh, because I don't have any research selected. Oops. Oh, it started that. Silly me. Okay. Well, I think we are getting pretty close here to having our copper up and running. Just got to get the last couple things built here. Now that we've got our Unity thing sort of sorted out, I'm going to go ahead and turn on our beacon again because, hey, we need more people. Now, this is telling me not enough maintenance. Okay, we're working that issue. We're getting another maintenance depot built, and then that should be able to take care of that. We should get more refugees here pretty soon. As expected, we took a hit on our Unity, but we're able to stay in positive territory thanks to the fact that we have water now. All right, and it's giving us a warning of low diesel. We need to select a recipe. There we go. There we go. New refugees, plus 16 population. That'll cut down on the amount of open slots. Check out our diesel production down here. Seems like it's humming right along. Although it does seem like we might need to look at building another one of these soon, because our oil supplies are still dwindling. Yeah, so let's go ahead and look at doing sort of a repeat. Or a doubling up, I guess you could say, of our oil production line here. There we go for that. go for that. And I guess, I assume... Yeah, see, I don't think I can join these. All right, now let's do this. Let's build a storage. We'll build a fluid storage here. And then we will pipe our outputs into that. Otherwise, I'm not sure our trucks would be able to reach, just because I think I've effectively piped everything in. So I've blocked off the truck access to the fuel distillers and everything else with my pipe network that I just sort of threw together here. And with luck, we'll be able to get this production up before we run out of fuel. All right. Let's see here. Go ahead and accept coal. Yeah. See if we can get some of our first copper coming out. And so we have. Excellent. All right, so we're producing copper now. And we have started, although not yet completed, our process for getting the next big thing, which is a stable fuel supply going. A little nervous because we're still dropping. They brought us some diesel though, so that's good. See if we can get a little more diesel with our next group to come in. That'll hopefully get us or help us limp along here until we get to our uprated production. In the meantime, I think it'd probably be a good idea to get some more housing going. Oh, there we go. Yes, okay. Man, that little bit of diesel fuel that they just brought us, big deal. That helps a lot because we were on the verge of running out. But now we are hopefully going to be all set. Oop, construction 2 just completed. All right, let's pause and take another look at our research tree. So we've successfully marched all the way up to this level of the tech tree, so that's exciting. It looks like we're ready for conveyor belts, shipyard repair, a fuel station, ooh, a captain's office. That sounds like fun. I like offices. Conveyor belts are going to be the first big thing, though, just because that will allow us to start reducing the amount of load on our trucks for transport. So we'll go ahead and start researching that first, I say. Okay. Let's back out of this. And let's keep going for a little bit longer. As all of our vehicles continue to swarm around and do their thing. Yeah, okay, good. I almost sort of want to build another of these assembly buildings, but don't think it would be the smartest thing right now. It's not entirely clear to me if I'm actually getting some coal out of this or if I'm still just digging through dirt. Yeah, it's still saying it's just dirt. That's okay. That's okay. Well, looks like we are creeping up on this being done. It's going to take a little while, though. It's a lot of construction parts that I need for those guys. Especially since we're not quite fully automated yet, in the sense that we don't have any of our conveyor belts going yet. So like a darn fine ramp, though. Not enough workers. Okay, no fuel available. That's concerning. We are producing fuel. There's not enough fuel. All right. Well, we did stay ahead of our population. So hopefully here we'll get another little shot in the arm with fuel when we get another batch of refugees in. So fuel's starting to become a problem. We'll go ahead and quick build on this. And quick build on this using some of my Unity that I've gotten saved up. Because now we should be getting ourselves another source of fuel. And we have new refugees, so that's good. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Okay, we're okay. All right, well, I think we will go ahead and leave this here. This was good. We got fuel going. We've got coal mining going. We've got copper going, iron, some initial water supply. We've greatly expanded our population, and we're going to continue to grow on that. So I think, all things considered, we're doing pretty good-ish. So for now, we're going to leave off, like I said. When we pick back up, here, let me pause this as I talk. When we pick back up, we're going to start working on putting down some of our shiny new conveyor belts that we just unlocked. And we will look at trying to work our way towards dockyard repair probably, and trying to get some captain's office stuff going. And who knows, maybe we'll be able to start taking the fight to the pirates and getting a new research lab. But yeah, more to come. Well, thanks so much for watching. Now, if you have any more comments, please keep them coming. I appreciate everybody who commented on the first video and stopped by to say hi. And until next time, this is Ruck Dog saying good luck and good hunting.